And my wife is out in the lobby. They're like, let's bring your wife in. They tell her, and she breaks down crying. And for me, I'm just kind of like, okay, well, what do we do? Like, what's the next step? And so ended up having surgery. Clean bill of health ever since. Grateful for that. But it does, again, it changes the way you look at things. No, it happens to everybody. Back it was about 7 years ago now. I go in for just an annual checkup and running the numbers, and doctor calls me in. These numbers don't look right. Whatever, they could be wrong. It's not conclusive. Let's send you to a specialist. So send me off to a specialist. My grandpa had prostate cancer. Now he lived to be 92, whatever. But they were watching it because it's hereditary. My dad had it. My dad actually passed away from cancer. I don't know, probably 9-10 years ago now. And so they were watching these numbers. Whatever, the number came back. This number looks high. Let's send you to a specialist. We don't know, could be, maybe not, but let's send you off and take a deeper look at it. So go in there, do a biopsy, and it comes back, yep, sorry to tell you, Mr. Morrell, you have cancer. Not something you want to hear, not something you plan on hearing. I'm just going in for the annual checkup. And I remember when the doctor told me, it was like for the next 30 seconds, probably, it was like the Charlie Brown thing, like the, wah, 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 wah. I didn't hear a word that he said. I swear, just went blank. And my wife is out in the lobby. They're like, let's bring your wife in. They tell her, and she breaks down crying. And for me, I'm just kind of like, okay, well, what do we do? Like, what's the next step? And so ended up having surgery. Clean bill of health ever since. Grateful for that. But it does, again, it changes the way you look at things. Again, the next deal just isn't as important. It's like, yeah, I want the next deal. We all need the next deal. But is it the priority? No, it's not. And one of the things that happened for us, on purpose, intentionally, we took 6 months basically off. We did not close a deal in 6 months because we could afford not to. Another business that we had that was paying us, which still pays us, we have rental properties that was paying us. It's just the income wasn't an issue. I know most agents out there within 2 or 3 months, probably at the most, they're out of business if they don't have a closing. They're chasing the next deal, And but life happens. It's going to happen to everybody at some way, shape, or form. It could be a health issue. It could be a family accident of some sort. It could be just whatever, financial things. Nobody planned on 2008. The recession that lasted 3 years. Nobody, we all knew this market couldn't sustain itself. We're going through some of this shift right now. But again, the good agents, you adjust, you prepare, but it's out of our control. The things we can control ourselves, how we respond, how much we grow, how much we save, how good we get with money, again, building multiple streams of income, that passive income, the residual income. One of my favorite quotes out there, if you really understood the power of residual income, you'd run through a brick wall to get it. Most people don't get that. They don't understand that. But once you've had that, I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And for us to have it back then, to be able to take 6 months off and focus on my family, focus on my kids, focus on my health, just recovering, getting better, it wasn't something that I planned on, but thank God I was able to do that and just focus on that and then get back to business once I was back on my feet health-wise and everything else. And because life happens, it happens to everybody. It's going to happen to everybody watching this video in some way, shape, or form. Most people aren't ready for it, and it can take you out of business. I've seen it many times. I remember in 2008 walking into Best Buy, and there's the realtor friend of mine wearing his blue shirt. Joe, what's going on? Oh man, I haven't had a closing in 8 months. Like, I get it. You do what you got to do, but man, it's like to be ready for some of that kind of stuff. And again, not that you dwell on it, but it's nice to have that cushion. And again, here we are with EXP, multiple streams of income coming in from what we're going to do anyway. Like, I'm ready for it. We're ready for it. So yeah, it's going to happen in some way, shape, or form. Life will happen to everybody. Most people just aren't ready. Thank God I'm ready for it. And I was ready back then. I'm ready now.